Hello everyone and welcome back to DC Central, and in today's video we are going to be breaking down the first official photos from the Arrow Season 8 premiere, otherwise entitled Starling City, so let's jump into it. So to quickly address the elephant in the room, obviously I have been gone for quite some time. I say this every time I've pretty much made a video recently on this channel, or not recently shall we say. It's simply just because obviously we are currently in the off season, we are nearing the premieres of our shows, so there just hasn't been much to talk about. I've wanted to make videos, but there's just been nothing to really discuss or talk about of depth or, you know, any kind of substance. So I didn't really feel like there was any need to make any videos, any content, and of course there are other YouTubers out there who have been covering the smaller details, you know, great guys like Paigey and things like that have been covering all the little details, but with this news coming out today, there's definitely some cool things to discuss here. So let's kick off with this first photo in which we see Oliver sat with Tommy. Now, obviously we do know that Colin Donnell was going to be reprising his role as Tommy Merlyn in episode 1 of Arrow Season 8 this year, and we get to see him here next to Stephen Amell, and this is a great photo. Obviously Colin is rocking that beard once again as we saw last season, and this is just a really cool shot just to see Oliver and Tommy back together again. Of course, we did see Tommy last season, and that was great for that episode, but we're really going to get a real meaty role for Tommy, at least within this first episode, maybe potentially more depending on what's going on. But really cool to see these two together again, especially because this looks to be inside of the Queen Mansion, and we do know the Queen Mansion is returning this season, so to see that here is also a nice little touch. So to see, like, you know, Oliver and Tommy back together again in the Queen Mansion, it's very much evocative of season 1, so it's really great to see that there, and I absolutely love that shot. It looks beautiful, it looks great, and it's just exactly what I want from this particular episode. Now, we also get a really nice up-close shot of Laurel inside of her new suit. This is, of course, the new Black Canary suit. She is really taking up the mantle of the Black Canary for this final season. And we got to get a quick look at this suit during the trailer for Arrow Season 8, but we really get to get a really good up-close look at it here. And I have to say, it looks great. It's very derivative of the comic suit, and also in particular the suit used in Injustice 2, the video game. That suit for Black Canary. I love the short hair. Katie Cassidy is rocking it. It just looks fantastic overall. And again, just to get a really nice up-close look, because this is probably the best look at the suit we've actually had. So I think that getting it here, it just looks great. And again, I think among the other suits as well, especially among Team Arrow, it definitely stands out because of the yellow. It's kind of a colour we've not seen before for any of the characters on Arrow, so again, it just works really well, and Katie Cassidy is pulling it off like it's nobody's business. And of course, Laurel is not the only person getting a new suit this season. Oliver himself is also receiving a new suit. We can see that here. Obviously, I've done a breakdown of this suit before when it was revealed at Comic-Con, but we got a really nice look at it here as well. It's very, very Season 1-esque looking, which I really like. Again, there's not really too much to discuss there. I've said everything that needs to be said. Also, it's important to note there, you can see that he is actually using his Season 1 bow. We do know he's getting that back this season. Obviously, it's kind of going to magically reappear after the Dark Archer broke it in Season 1, but he is going to be using that bow once again. So again, we have a very Season 1 looking Oliver for this particular season of Arrow. And of course, we have our team shot for Team Arrow, featuring not only Oliver in his new suit, and also Laurel in her new suit, but also Diggle in his new suit. He is also receiving a new suit this season, and we can see that here. His new Spartan costume, which is very similar to the one he had in Season 6 and 7, where it's, you know, instead of black and red, it's now black and green. I wonder if the green means anything, but or if it's just more teasers for the fans, but the green looks really good, actually. I really like the idea of Diggle having a green costume. It looks really cool, and also what I like about it is that there seems to be green on the visor as well, which adds a nice little effect to it. So I feel like the green works really well for Diggle. Again, I'm wondering if the green actually signifies anything, if it is just a tease for the fans, or whether it is actually going to lead to anything, or, you know, what's going on with it. But either way, I like the look, I like the aesthetic, it looks good, it looks visually pleasing, and again, next to Oliver, they look like a really good pair, because obviously they're both in green, so really nice pairing for Diggle there as well. Now, going back to the Queen Mansion shots, we also have these two shots with Dinah and Renee also inside of the Queen Mansion, which appears to be the same scene that we saw with Oliver and Tommy. Now, this confused me because I was aware that Diggle and Laurel was going to be joining Oliver on his adventure around the multiverse with the Monitor. That seemed to be the case. But it seems like, based on these photos, it seems like Dinah and Renee are also going to be joining Oliver as well. Now, these could be, obviously, we still don't really know what's going on in Arrow Season 8. We still don't know if this is multiverse, if this is time travel, what's going on. But obviously, if this is multiversal, there is a chance that these could be the multiverse, like this could be an alternate Dinah and an alternate Renee. So maybe that's what's going on. Obviously, there is a chance that Dinah could be, you know, still be the head of the SCPD on another Earth. Renee could be a lot more of in a mayoral position in a different Earth, Star City. So who knows what's going on? This could be Earth 1 Dinah and Renee, or it could be a completely different Earth Dinah and Renee. Who knows at this point? But it's just interesting to me because I wasn't aware that if this is Earth 1 Dinah and Renee, that they were going to be joining Oliver across the journey of the multiverse. So it's very interesting to look at that as well. And the final photo I want to talk about is this one right here, which is of course Oliver reunited with his mother, Moira Queen, of course played by the tremendous Susanna Thompson. I am so excited for this. I'm so happy that Susanna is coming back for this final season. Every time Susanna comes back to the show, it's a true joy, it's a true pleasure to see her act on screen, especially with Stephen Amell. I believe that they delivered one of the most powerful scenes of the entire show in the season 5 finale. So to have her come back to the show for this final season, it feels appropriate, it feels needed, it feels warranted, and I really love just seeing her here, you know, reunited with her son. I'm sure that even if this is just one scene, it's going to be one hell of a scene. It's going to be so powerful because it always is with these two on screen. So I absolutely love just seeing Moira back on Arrow. It's been a long time coming. Moira is such a character who has been seeded so carefully into the history and the you know, sort of just the backstory of the show. Moira is so integral to all of that. So to see her come back for this final season, it just feels right. It feels very, very real and very much a necessary requirement for the season 8. So again, very happy to see Oliver reunited with Moira here for this final episode and this final season. I can't wait to see this scene. It's going to be one belter of a scene. So there were a couple of other ones released as well, which were just kind of like further expansions on the ones that we spoke about. But overall, I love these photos. They got me very, very excited for the Season 8 premiere, as if I wasn't excited about it enough. Getting to see Tommy, Moira, Laurel's new suit. There's just so many awesome things. And also hinting at what Renee and Dinah could be up to for this season as well, which I was very curious about. There's a lot of really awesome stuff going on in this season. This is going to be one hell of a final season for Arrow, as I'm sure we all know, leading into Crisis. But what do you guys think about these photos? Make sure you let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, want to see more DC content like this, be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again in my next video.